Hey, this is the DIY Magician, and I'm getting ready to do some more videos out and about. But I have to create something special. That's right, the Unmanned cameraman. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a minute. Alright, before I get involved in making the cameraman, the Unmanned cameraman, I have to explain that I'm kind of a one-man band here. So I do everything on my own, and that's okay. But when I'm out and about, I don't have a cameraman with me. So I need something that is quick and easy to get into position and do some interviews. And you'll see those interviews hopefully very soon. But the Unmanned cameraman is basically using a tripod, removing a part of it, mounting that part to a block of wood. I'm going to drill a hole right here and we're going to do that. And here's the best part. I need some sort of a rolling base. What I've done is I found at a local thrift store one of these old style typewriter desks. And basically you put your typewriter here, this flips up and you put your notes here and all that stuff. Has really cool rollers, and it's very hard to tip over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a lot of the pieces here. I'm going to get a little piece of a little piece of plywood and replace the top, mount this to it, mount that to it, and we'll have the Unmanned cameraman. So hang tight, we're going to do the next part next. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is take apart this table. Now, it's starting to sound like a dismantle it, but I think we're going to do fine, because I think what happens is first, the other one came off so much easier. Let's do it this way. Yeah, there we go. So let's see, I don't want this, when I flip it over, I don't want it to fall on me. So, hang on 1 second. I'll tell you what, let's just flip it over. Okay, get to the underbelly. There we go. All right. We're going to take the whole base off. Now, as I see it here, the base is held on by 4 screws on each side. But then it also has this mechanism here, so I'm hoping that I will be able to, oh, that looks like it'll come right off, okay? Got this bar right here, so I gotta look through it there. So let's do this. Let's see what we've got. If that's the right one. It's on there pretty good. We're gonna do 1 screw, and then we'll come back. Pretty straightforward. Right back. Whoops. You kind of caught me there. I was cheating a little bit. Well, don't want to make that sound too much. Don't want to reuse those screws if I can. But that's what I did, was I used my screwdriver gun there, drill, what have you, and removed all those screws, did it the fast way. And let's see what we can do. If it's going to come off in one piece. Here we go. Ready? Drum roll, please. Dun, dun, dun. Come on, come on, come on. We can do it. Oh, boy. There's some sort of... Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to go to plan B, because this little gadget here actually raises and lowers the wheels. And it's kind of a neat feature, and I want to try and keep it if I can. So I have to figure out how we do this without ruining the mechanism. Okay, I gotta come back. See you next time. Hang on. Okay, well, it figures that this mechanism here is attached to this board here, and it goes through the legs, and it actually adjusts the wheels. So this is the wheels are down, and this is the wheels are up. Okay, I guess it does that type of thing and all that good stuff. Anyways, there's a plate here that has to be mounted to something, but I'd have to dismantle everything, take the plate off, put it on something else, and then do the whole thing over when all I need to do is just leave this alone. So what I am going to do though is, because I don't need these side pieces here, I've already removed this cleat here, and it's, yeah, there it is. I'm going to remove all 4 of these that we're holding on the wings because I don't need those. And then we'll work on the upper part of the this little gadget. So again, hang on. All right, so now that we've got that aside, we're going to work on the mechanism that I need for the tripod part, okay? So now, normally, let me explain why I'm making this apparatus. I probably should have done that a bit ago. I don't want to have a tripod like this sitting in the middle of a pathway that people are walking to and from, because these tripods are designed to be kind of stealthy, and they get bumped and knocked, and I don't want to be recording video and all of a sudden somebody jars the tripod. So I want to have this sturdy base that people see from a mile away. That's what we're trying for. That being said, I went to my local thrift store. I found a whole bunch locally to where I am now, and this particular thrift store had 2 big tubs of tripods. It was awesome. I saw these tubs of tripods, and then I started taking them out and realizing that 90% of them were missing this little gadget right here, which is very critical when you're doing video and you want to actually have it stay in on the tripod. Most of them were missing that little base right here. So this one had the base, but it was damaged here. There's some sort of little gadget here that's missing. Didn't matter, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to crank this thing up all the way so it gets all the way out. Okay, and there's a little stop in there that prevents it from going any higher. Well, watch what I'm going to do. Hopefully, I say that I'm going to do this. Hopefully I'll be able just to do this and remove that little gadget. There, and oh dear. It's going to be a little more tricky than I thought. I will do it though, as I always do. Brute force, if anything, I think we'll do it. Oh, wait a sec. Let me see if I can crank it a little higher. Oh. Not doing it. Oh. Hang on. There it is. This is the gadget I need. And that's all I need. Because when I get that block of wood mounted on the base, I'm going to drill a big hole, or at least a basic hole, and boom, there it goes. This will go right inside, and I will be able to walk around and have this mounted there, and then when I need to go, I take the camera and off it goes, and the cart can sit in the corner. So there it is. That's the part that I need. This we'll use maybe for something else later. Who knows? The next part we need to do is the base, the wood that this rests inside. So hang tight. Well, I took my chop saw and I cleaned off the edges of the both ends of this piece here, and that's what it's going to end up doing there. Now, I have to mount it to the cart somehow, and I was thinking of using plywood, but then it dawned on me that I had these little wings and that they are nicely finished, and it actually has the same material as the top of the cart. So what I'm going to do is I'll remove these little items here. I will mount this like this through the bottom, okay? And then I will mount this to the top of the cart. I might do it permanently, or I might use wing nuts. I will decide later, and I'll let you know what I come up with. So anyways, hang tight. All right. Well, I did some scrounging around, and I found, again, this block here, and I cut it on both ends. I drilled the end with a long boring drill, I guess it is. It's not too exciting. Sorry. Then I took and drilled holes, and then countersunk 4 screws to attach this to this. I was going to use an actual piece of plywood, and then I realized I have this side of the table and I would use that, so anyways. Now when I did the boring, it kind of went in on an angle. I don't have a drill press at the time, so if you'll notice, if I put it in like this, it's on an angle. That's okay, because I'm going to have that angle facing forward. I'm going to put the deal in there, and then I can actually adjust the camera like this. Okay, it's a little easier than having to do it sideways that way, but same thing. Anyways, so that's what I did, is I angled it that way, and so that comes out. I'm going to use some of this hardware that I scrounged up to drill 4 holes there and use a wing nut. It's a little long, but that's okay, it's what I have. And so this will be attached to the top of the cart, and then this will be attached there, so I can take this out, I can take this off, and it's small, compact little components. And hang tight, I will do all that and come back with the final product. So here it is, the final product. That's right, we have the cart here that has the little lever that you swing underneath, and the wheels allow it to move. But when you want it to stay in one spot, you flip that there and all the wheels retract. I have my little block of wood. It's mounted with wing nuts here, so this piece comes off with the wood and this piece comes out, but it's ready to go right now, and I can adjust it just right, and I can mount the camera up there and we can see how it works. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you pause for a second, and I will see what I can do to have it mounted on here. So hang tight just a second. So here it is, the unmanned cameraman. So now I have a little rolling platform there. I can actually walk over here and I can talk to the camera. I can interview somebody. If somebody's right there, I can say, "Hi, what's your name?" And they would answer back. So this is it. On the Unmanned Cameraman platform, this is the DIY Magician for another fun, exciting adventure. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video from the DIY Magician, you also might enjoy joining our Facebook group. That's right, the DIY Magician Facebook group. Or you can visit our artist page. That's right, the DIY Magician artist page on Facebook. Or if you want to, please subscribe to YouTube videos and you'll see all the up-to-date videos as they come along. Thank you again for watching the DIY Magician video.